Hello. Hello.
In Tallinn, in Kadriorg Park, on the waterfront, there stands the monument Rusalka. It is decided to the Russian battleship Rusalka, which sank in the Baltic Sea on the 7th of September in 1893. All 177 sailors on the board perished. This tragedy deeply affected the residents of Tallinn and became an important part of the city's history. The monument was unveiled in 1902 to commemorate the people. The monument depicts an angel holding a cross, gazing out toward the sea, in the direction where the ship went down. The pedestal is shaped like the bow of a ship, and around it laid a compass rose. In the chain surrounding the monument, plaques can be seen bearing the names of the sailors who lost their lives. This place is not only a memorial to a tragedy of the past, but also a beautiful work of art. It was created by the Estonian sculptor Amandus Adamson. Rusalka has become one of Tallinn's symbols, reminding us of the sea, the courage of sailors, and the history of the region. The Three Sisters is a group of three old merchant houses at the 71st Long Street in Tallinn's Old Town. Built in the 15th centuries, they were some of the best preserved Gothic buildings in the city. Each house has a tail-pointed roof facing the street, a common style for rich merchants of that time. The houses were used as both homes and warehouses. People lived in the lower floors and kept goods upstairs. A legend says that merchants built them for his three daughters. That's why they are called the Three Sisters. Over the years, the buildings were rebuilt and decorated several times. In the 20s, they were restored again and turned into a hotel, keeping their old look. Today, walking along Long Street, you can easily see the Three Sisters with their beautiful Gothic fronts and high roofs, a real reminder of Tallinn's medieval past.
Ratsakaivų Street is one of the oldest streets in Tallinn's Old Town. The name means Wheel Well Street. It came from an old well that was built in the 14th century. People used to this well to get water, but many legends are connected with it. One legend says that an evil spirit lived in the well and wanted sacrifices. To keep the water clean, people throw food or animals into it. Today, the well is closed, but you can still see it when you walk along the street. There is also famous house, number 16 Ratsakaivų Street. It is known as a devil house. According to the story, a strange man once rented a room there and had a big wedding party. Nobody was allowed to look inside, but the owner secretly looked through the hole and saw the devil wedding. After that, the window of that room was closed forever. Even today, some people say that house is haunted. The Long Leg Gate Tower stands between the upper town and the lower town in Tallinn. It was built around the year 3018 as part of the old city wall. Long ago, this gate was on one of the main entrances to the city. Soldiers used it to watch and protect the town. Tower names come from the street Pikjalk, which means long leg. This street is very steep and connects to part of the city. Today, the tower is no longer used for defense. It's a quiet and creative place. Artists have their studios and workshops.
Long Lake Street is one of the oldest and best known streets in Tallinn. It connects the lower town where the traders and workers lived with Toompea Hill, the upper town where the castle and rich families were. Until the 17th century, Long Lake was the only road that went from the lower town up to Toompea. The street goes along the old city wall, which in the Middle Ages separated the two parts of the city. People even called this wall the Wall of Hatred because the upper and lower town did not get along well. The gate at the top of the street was closed at night, so people could not go between the two towns. Today, Long Lake is a pretty stone street where people like to walk and look at the old walls, towers, and the St. Alexander Nevsky Cathedral. The street shows how Tallinn's buildings tell the story of its past, of power, separation, and finally peace between two parts of the city.
The St. Alexander Nevsky Cathedral is a large and beautiful church in Tallinn. It was built between 1894 and 19, when Estonia was part of the Russian Empire. The architect was Michael Preobrazhensky from St. Petersburg. The church was built in honor of St. Alexander Nevsky, a famous Russian saint and national hero. The cathedral is easy to recognize because of its onion-shaped domes and rich decorations. It stands right across from the Estonian Parliament building on Toompea Hill. Many people think it looks a bit out of place there because it reminds them of the time when Estonia was ruled by Russia. When Estonia became independent again, some people wanted to tear the cathedral down, but it was saved and carefully restored. Today, it is still an active Orthodox church and one of the Tallinn's most popular tourist sites. The cathedral shows both the beauty of Russian architecture and the complicated history between Estonia and Russia.
The Riigikogu is the parliament of Estonia and the main body of authority in the country. It was established after Estonia gained independence in 1918, and its first session took place in 1920. That same year, the first constitution was adopted, confirming Estonia status as a parliamentary republic. During the Soviet era, the work of the Riigikogu was suspended, but after the restoration of independence in 1991, the parliament resumed its activities. Today, the Riigikogu consists of 101 members who are elected for a 4-year term by all citizens of the country aged 18 and over. The parliament passes laws, approves the budget, oversees the work of the government, and elects the president of Estonia. Its sessions are held in the historic building on Toompea Hill in Tallinn, which serves as a symbol of Estonian statehood. The Riigikogu plays a crucial role in shaping national policy and safeguarding democracy.
Tall Herman is a tall stone tower in Tallinn, Estonia. It is part of Toompea Castle, an old castle that sits on a hill in the center of the city. The tower is 46 meters high and was first built in the 14th century by German knights. The name Tall Herman comes from an old German word for the main tower of a castle. Over many years, the tower has seen different rulers: German, Swedes, Russians, and later the Soviets. Because of this long history, it has become a strong symbol of Estonia Estonia's independence and freedom.
After Estonia was taken over by the Soviet Union, the Estonian flag could not be raised there. But on February 24th, in 1989, the blue, black, and white Estonian flag was lifted on the tower again for the first time in 50 years. This moment showed that Estonia was getting its freedom back. Today, the flag is flying on Tal Herman is a proud sign of the country's independence.
Goodbye. Bye. Goodbye. Bye.